Hi, my name is Steven Shapiro, and I'm the editor of Sport Marketing Quarterly. I'd like to thank you for joining us for SMQ's inaugural video podcast, where we highlight great research being published in the journal. In this edition, we'll be covering our special issue on marketing rivalry in sport. I'd like to thank our guest editors, Cody Havard and Vasilis Dalakis, for overseeing this issue. We hope you enjoy the podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, I'm Cody Havard from the University of Memphis, and along with Vasilis Dalakis from Cal State University San Marcos, I co-edited a special issue for Sport Marketing Quarterly on the marketing implications of rivalry. We wanted to focus on rivalry in this special issue to bring attention to a growing area and to encourage more to research and add to our understanding of this understudied phenomenon. Research has shed light onto some of the antecedents and characteristics of rivalry, along with some of the outcomes of rivalry. We also know some factors that influence how fans feel and behave toward rival teams. We would like to thank everyone who submitted work to be considered for this special issue, and thank everyone who served as reviewers. The papers in this special issue tell us more about rivalry in sport by lending support to previous research and identifying future avenues of inquiry. In this issue, we learn about comparing fan animosity toward rivals in professional sport, capitalizing on rivalries in individual sports such as tennis and mixed martial arts, and identifying new demand estimations regarding rivalry in spectator sports. Now, please enjoy as each author discusses the findings and implications from their papers.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joe Cobbs from Northern Kentucky University, together with a former student, Daniel Sparks, who's now at Kentucky Speedway, and my research partner, Dr. David Tyler at Western Carolina University. I recently finished a study that surveyed almost 5,000 sports fans across the U.S. and Canada, where we compared the reactions to rivals across the 5 major professional sports leagues. We found that NFL fans harbored significantly greater animosity toward their favorite team's top rival compared with fans of the NBA, NHL, MLS, or Major League Baseball. For example, NFL fans were more likely to discriminate against rival team fans by not wanting such fans as their boss, not considering dating the rival fans, or being opposed to rival fans and their family. Also, NFL fans took more joy in the misfortunes of their rival team compared to those fans in the other leagues. It seems to me that the hostility of the sport may not be confined to just the football field, and marketers within the sport perhaps should be cautious when they're developing promotions that are focused on rival teams.
Hi, this is Scott Ambrose. My research partner Nathan Stisline and myself looked at rivalry in sports. More specifically, we wanted to look at rivalry in individual sports and use a previous rivalry study to see if the manifestation of it was similar or not. We did a content analysis of 7 great tennis rivalries as verified by 2 independent sports authorities. And what we found is that sort of what we theorized, there were indeed some key differences. Well, of course, parity between the players and the frequency in their matches were both important. Much more in individual sports, the actual star power, the ability of the athletes to draw media attention, and then also the contrast in their playing styles and personas was much more important towards rivalry formation. The implication for marketers, of course, is to work on building the star power of individual athletes as that contributes to the rivalry, and then also to leverage the excitement surrounding a rivalry, more specifically on the contrast between playing styles and personas when they think about their sponsorship and branding strategies. Thank you.
When marketers are trying to predict game demand, such as for attendance or TV viewership, we often include a variable for when the opponent is a rival. However, that variable has been applied inconsistently in the past. In this study, we test the predictive ability of a new, simple measurement approach that is based on what recent research has revealed about rivalry. We asked respondents to allocate 100 rivalry points across the opponents of their favorite team. They could allocate all 100 points to a single opponent, split them 60-40, 50-30, 10-10, etc. Using the average rivalry score from each team's fans improves the predictive ability of these models. We tested this in the NHL and then replicated it in MLS, and the same findings held across the leagues. The finding is helpful for teams when setting ticket prices, for broadcasters when selling ad inventory, and for event managers when determining security staffing. Now, predicting demand will never be perfect, but the accuracy and improving the accuracy of the rivalry term helps bring us one step closer.
Hi, my name is Lamar Reams from Old Dominion University. Myself and Terry Eddy from the University of Windsor conducted a study on the impact of rivalry's antecedents on individual sport demand. Specifically, in this case, we looked at UFC pay-per-view buys. What we found is that of the three dimensions, conflict, peer, and bias, the conflict had the most impact, specifically among the main and co-main event fighters, recent winning percentage among those fighters, and also long-term dissimilarities most impacted demand. So what this means is that marketers should try and highlight in those events the fighters who have experienced recent success, but perhaps across the duration of their careers, they've experienced some ups and downs to where this has led to a bit of a David versus Goliath scenario, specifically in the under-ranked fighter. So if we can develop events and create fight cards that include those matchups, that will certainly go a long way towards generating increased buys. In addition, we want to highlight these adversarial relationships within the marketing and promotional and advertisements that are going out as it relates to these events. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in for SMQ's inaugural video podcast. We hope you enjoyed the content and be on the lookout for future episodes in 2018.